inspires me to write stories.
Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Bruton here and I'm here to talk to you about World Book Day. This year World Book Day will be on the 4th of March, which is next Thursday. And usually this is a day we celebrate big style in school. Lots of activities through the week in the library, and on the day itself even more activities, and you have lots of staff members dressing up in fantastic costumes. Last year you could have been taught history by Dracula or maths by Dolores Umbridge, and I dressed up as a Frozen Charlotte doll and had the most fun scaring students and staff all day long, especially the faculty ladies. Hello there, Mrs. Sergi, if you're watching. But this year we'll have to celebrate World Book Day from home, and I've been thinking, how do we celebrate World Book Day from home? How do we celebrate World Book Day from home? And the more I thought about it, the more I came to realise that there's no better place to celebrate World Book Day than from home. At the moment, we're all missing travelling, and we're missing seeing friends and family and experiencing new things. And we can still do that from home. Just read a book. One of my favourite reading quotes is by Mason Cooley, and it goes, "Reading gives us some place to go when we have to stay where we are." Now you can ask 1,000 people why they read, and you'll get 1,000 different answers. You might expect a sensible answer from a librarian or from a teacher, something along the lines of because it's good for your vocabulary or your spelling, or it aids your education, or it's more stress releasing than walking or listening to music, and it's actually 700% more stress releasing than playing a video game. That's a fact. But I read because I'm curious and I like to experience new things. I kind of look at books like windows in an advent calendar. You can open one to the past, you can open another window to the future, you can open a window that makes you think, and you can open a window that makes you challenge everything you've ever thunk before. I have recently finished a book that took me to a place which was called the Midnight Library, and it was a place between life and death. And you got to try out every possible life you could have led if you had made different choices in your life. That was a fantastic ride. That was one of the best windows I've opened in a long, long time. So I thought, why not ask some of the other members of staff at John O'Gaunt why they read?
I read because I enjoy being transported to different lands and worlds and cultures.
I read because you can escape and you can go to places you've never been before and live through people's adventures, whether they're happy or sad. In these times of lockdown, I've been to North Carolina.
I like to read because I want to understand the world that I find myself living in.
I enjoy reading because I like to find out about the lives of other people from different times and different cultures. So at the moment I'm reading this play set in Southern Ireland called Dancing at Ugnasna, and it was based in the 1930s.
I read because it's a way of exploring other times, other worlds, other situations, and a way of getting away from normal life and finding yourself in a whole new environment. It's fabulous to explore different cultures and times and situations, and I might even learn a thing or two into the process.
I read because it makes so much of a difference in terms of your imagination and thinking things through, and I need some new ideas for D&D sometimes, you know?
I read because I like to learn. I read because I like to escape. I read because I like to travel to new places that I've never explored.
I like books because they make me get better at other things.
Another one of my favourite reading quotes is by William Nicholson. We read to know we are not alone. At the moment, maybe we can feel a bit lonely or kind of forget about the world outside and feel like we're the only people in the universe feeling how we're feeling at the moment, or, you know, just feeling a little bit meh, right? Meh. So I wanted to give you something special, and boy do I have something special for you. I am so chuffed to give you the author of Scarlett and Ivy, Sophie Cleverly.
Hi everyone at John of Gaunt School. I'm Sophie Cleverly. I'm the author of the Scarlett and Ivy series and my new series, The Violet Veil Mysteries. And your librarian, Mrs. Bruton, has got in touch with me as it's World Book Day coming up soon. And she sent me some questions from one of my readers, Rachel. So question 1 was, what gave you the idea for the characters' names and story? So actually, when I first started writing Scarlett and Ivy, the characters were originally called Ruby and Ivy, which was just 2 of my favourite names, partially. And also, I liked the fact that the names sort of matched the characters, because Ruby was a very strong and bold character, sort of like a ruby red colour in my mind. And Ivy describes herself as shy and clingy Ivy, and she has the kind of green colour theme to her name. But unfortunately, it turned out that my publisher also published Ruby Redfoot by Lauren Child, and she's right next to me in the alphabet, so I had to change the names. So we ended up going for Scarlett and Ivy because Scarlett sort of matched Ruby for me in terms of those themes. For the story, I actually came up with it when I was studying creative writing at university, and we had to do a writing exercise where we had to imagine someone stepping into a room that they hadn't been into for a very long time. And for some reason, I pictured a bedroom with twin beds in it, but I only saw one girl going into the bedroom. And that suddenly gave me this idea for a story about a lost twin. And by the end of this lesson at university, I'd written this opening to the story with the girl going into the bedroom, remembering her twin, and then finding this mysterious secret diary with a letter inviting her to solve the mystery of what happened. So that was how I came up with that plot. And then I just carried on with the twins following different mysteries. Question 2 was, what made you want to become an author? So I just always loved stories and reading ever since I was very young. I wrote my first story when I was about 4, and it was just one really long sentence. And I used to make my own books. I used to write books about everyone in my class and things like that. And I used to write stories just all the time. I got in trouble in history class once because we were supposed to be writing about evacuees, and I wrote about them having to go and live with a family of vampires, so I got in trouble because that was not historically accurate. So it was just something that I always loved, and I kind of always thought that I would be an author. And then my older brother went to study creative writing, and I thought that would be great for me as well. So that was how I got into doing this as a career. So I hope that answered your questions. Thank you very much for having me. I hope you all have a great day and happy reading. Bye.
Wow. A big thank you to Rachel in 8F for providing the questions. Rachel is a mega fan of Scarlett and Ivy, and she was almost combusting with excitement asking questions. And she had about 1 million questions, but we scaled it down to 2. And the biggest thank you ever to Sophie Cleverly for sending us a message at John O'Gaunt. We really appreciate it. Most of you know that for World Book Day you can get a book absolutely free, and this year is no different. The list of books this year is actually pretty special. I know, for instance, I have a big Skullduggery Pleasant fan base in school, and this year there is a Skullduggery book on the list, along with books from the Little Bad Man book. There's a Holly Jackson book that I think might appeal to the One of Us is Lying kind of fan. There's also a host of other different books for secondary school children, and the list for primary school children is also pretty nice. So if you don't find anything you like, maybe get a book for your younger brother or sister. Usually you can get the vouchers from me in the library, and I have the vouchers, but you are not in school. Don't worry, I'll still sort you out. This year World Book Day has issued an electronic voucher, so keep an eye out in your inbox because I will send that to you. I might also make some vouchers available at reception. Now, the electronic voucher you use just like a paper voucher. You can't use it online, but you can bring it to a participating bookseller. You can always look on the World Book Day website for participating retailers, but the easiest thing is to bring it to one of the supermarkets. I know every year that Tesco and Asda have had the books in Trowbridge, I think Sainsbury's has them too. WH Smith's usually have them, and Waterstones definitely have them. Just check to see what's open and what's available. Do use the vouchers. It's good to get a book for free, and you can have like a little taste of something that you might not have tried before. So that's World Book Day. I really wish we could be in school and celebrate together, and I am gonna try. I'm gonna try to see if we can do the day with the dressing up and all of that when we come back to school, so you will have the opportunity to be taught by Dracula or Dolores Umbridge. I hope you're staying safe and keep reading, and have the best World Book Day ever. Bye!
I like reading because I feel like I'm on adventures with the characters.